Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready. Um, yeah. It happened, guys. It happened. I told my family. Um, yeah. I don't know. Feels weird. Feels weird, honestly. Cause now like what do we do now? You know? Yeah, it was a bit emotional. I cried. My mom cried. My brother Marco cried. My dad didn't cry. He kind of just aura farmed. I respect it though. I I didn't cry. No, I did cry. But yeah. For those of you who maybe don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm actually not a student here at Boise State at the moment. I'm okay. Technically, I am a student. I'm not an enrolled student. I wasn't at a place where I could come back, and I wasn't as a place where I could talk about it, where I could really like discuss. And honestly, bad idea, mistake. It's a mistake on my part, cause I should have been there. I should have locked in. Um, but alas, here we are. You know. Um, my brother Marco, he had some good words of encouragement. You make mistakes, you fuck up. Sometimes it's a little mistake, sometimes it's a big mistake, but regardless, it's a mistake. And time travel doesn't exist. There's really nothing you can do about them once you make them, but like move on and just do better. And I I felt that. You know, he said like who are we but like little ants on a little dot in the middle of nowhere, and um, world goes on. I think my biggest worry is that the world has moved on without me, but you know, gotta keep up. I don't have to keep up. I'm allowed to sit. I'm allowed to sit down and think, but I I'm allowed to catch up with the crew. You know, I shouldn't feel that I've made my bed. So I'm optimistic about what's to come. Um, with that in mind, and this is probably going to be the last episode for a while. Maybe. I don't know. I can't know for sure, but at some point I will stop uploading this podcast, and it will be because I am now busy. Um, so that's gonna happen. Uh, don't worry. Don't be worried about me. Honestly, I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna be okay. I want to get back out there. I mentioned last week there was a script reading that seemed interesting, and I said no promises. I'd be interested in maybe doing it, but I don't know if I will. I ended up not auditioning for it. They got their people anyways, so I think they'll be fine. It's not like losing me isn't like an atrocious loss. Um, anyways, I think that's really all that's going on. It was my birthday last week on Thursday. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, I'm 21 now. Feels weird being 21. You know, feels the same, but you know, not sure. Not really sure. But yeah, feel like I'm just here. Feel like I'm here on the planet. Feel human. I think before I felt like a ghost. Like I was already dead, but now I'm alive. It's weird being alive. Um, yeah. Um, I guess we're gonna get into topics. We're already 4 minutes into this episode. Um, I don't know. I pre-selected topics. I don't know. I don't know about these because I don't want this episode to go too long. Um, yeah. Well, there's one topic I wanted to discuss, and it's not a very family-friendly topic, and so I think we should ease into it. Let's not. I already gave you like my personal like spiel, the lore dump, what you need to know. So we can just excuse me. We can talk about something more lighthearted. Valorant went fucking crazy, my guy. Yeah. So what happened with Valo is pretty much man, what did happen? I think when I recorded last week, which feels like an eternity ago now. I'm glad with that. I'm happy that time has slowed down. It feels like I actually do feel like I can catch up, but about Valorant. So Sentinels got eliminated. Yeah, fuck me. They went 0-2 in the group stage. So that's not great. Giant X lost to Paper X, so Paper X went through as a 1 seed in their group. Giant X then beat XLG, who is the team that beat Sentinels. So now they're through as a 2nd seed. MIBR lost to Fnatic. I predicted Fnatic beating them. That did not happen. Could have, but didn't. So they're the 1st seed. MIBR did qualify for, however, Billy lost to RRQ. RRQ lost to MIBR, so MIBR are through as the 2nd seed. And then EDG, they got eliminated by who? Oh, they got eliminated by Team Liquid. Team Liquid then went to go hang out with their dad, DRX. They got sent home. So DRX are through as the 1st seed. They lost to NRG, by the way. Fuck NRG, though. So that happened. And then in the last group, DRG got eliminated by G2. And then G2 beat T1, who lost to Team Heretics. So Team Heretics are the 1st seed. And yeah, fuck, I feel like I jumbled that. Team Heretics, they're going to be the 1st seed, and then the 2nd seed is going to be G2 from that group. And yes, all the Chinese teams got sent home in the group stage, which is rough. But I think if there's one thing to take away from it, it's that you can say like, oh, Chinese teams. Last year, the Pacific teams all pretty much shat the bed. So I think it's fine if we don't see the Chinese teams in the group stage, because I don't think it's necessarily indicative of them. I think they'll be back. They'll be back next season, stronger than ever. And yeah, that's what happened. I haven't made my bracket predictions quite yet. I got to do that. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, so I guess we got to get into the serious topic. Oh no, one more serious topic. I mean, I shouldn't say serious topic when I'm gonna say the actual serious topic because it feels insensitive. But I do have some unfortunate news. Book Club. Book Club isn't dead, but I didn't get my upload. I'm thinking I do one of two things. I just stream me reading through it, and then I can just upload that. And if you guys if you guys want to be able to listen in on the story, you can read it through there. But I think I could also just record the next act and then send the next act and the next half at some point. But regardless of what that's going to be, since it's already the end of the month, I'm probably not going to be sending that. Probably not going to be seeing that until October. So what was supposed to be this month book is now going to be October's book, and it also could be the only book because I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this, especially if I'm going to be busier with work or potentially being able to return to school this semester. We'll see though. We'll see about that. I can't say anything until something is. That sounds weird, but it should make sense. But that's the happenings there. But the actual serious topic, there've been. I like to follow like other podcasts, talk about what they're talking about, or just talk about the like current things. And there's one current thing going on that I don't have to talk about, but like I probably should. Number one, because it's a podcast, and you talk about things on podcasts. So why would you not talk about things that you're going to talk about on a podcast? However, it also feels weird, just because while this isn't necessarily for some streamers, they're streamers and creators whose podcasts and like streams I watch, like they're more closely related to the situation in terms of like regional. In terms of region, because a lot of them are from like LA. They also might have like a little bit of involvement. Jason the Ween, for example, or Valkyrie or Pokimane. They might have interacted with a certain individual a few times, and they've met them. I don't know if they're close with this individual, but they are. But they have like interacted with them, and while I haven't interacted with this individual, because I'm just some fucking bum ass guy from Idaho. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't say I'm in the sound studio still somehow, and I'm joined by Jan as always because it's fucking Jan. Jan's the goat, dude. I really do need to get guests. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now if I'm not going to be able to return, but it'd be cool to get guests on the podcast. If I can change the format. So I could just get 2 lav mics and just, like, shoot the shit in, like, a car or something. I think that would be... That'd be, like... I think that'd be easier for getting guests. But, I digress. Back to the situation at hand. The individual in question, while I'm not familiar with the individual on a personal level... I do listen to their music, and I quite enjoyed their music, and the reason why I say enjoyed as in past tense is because this individual goes by the name of David. Real name, hang on. Okay, so David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David, he's a singer-songwriter. He gained popularity on TikTok. He made music he made music for his Fortnite videos or something. I believe that's how he started. And then his songs got really popular on TikTok, and he became a musician. And I quite liked some of his music. One of them's called Here With Me. I don't know if I can play a clip because of copyright. And the other one, we'll talk about the title of it later. We'll let the oh, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's a nervous laughter because what the fuck, dude. But news outlets are not fucking helpful at all with this. Somehow I'm relying on the Twitter detectives for information here. But for those of you who don't know, David he was touring, and in the middle of his tour, a car that was impounded, a car in his name that was impounded, there was a dead body inside of it. And not just a dead body, a decomposing and dismembered dead body. And when I first heard about that, I went, oh, fuck. The car got impounded and somebody put a dead body in there. or like somebody was in his car and like was sleeping in his car and it got impounded and whatever. Um, and I didn't think much of it at first, to be honest. And then things really started to get creepy. Not creepy. Things really started to get like gross after a bit. Um, because it was basically discovered that the person was 15 years old. Not only were they 15 years old, like their identity was discovered. Celeste Rivas was the child. Keep in mind, child. And basically, the forensics they discovered that she had a tattoo on her finger saying "shh." David also had this tattoo. Um, and also, according to Celeste's mother, she had a boyfriend named David. She was a runaway, and she was also from like a poor family, which could explain why it's possible that, let's assume David didn't do this, and it's just some random ass guy. Which isn't to say that I'm saying that he didn't, but it's possible that they don't figure anything out because they just don't care, which is not a bit, which is fucking awful. Um, yeah, and if we look here in Discord, Celeste has like been like in David's like Discord. Like he's had Discord messages communicating with the person named Celeste. Um, and she's a minor. David is 20 years old, and if we go back in time, even if David was 17 when he met this child, she would have been like she'd have been 12 or 11. Um, and yeah, it's not great. There's some people coming out and like saying stuff about like, oh well, I knew like this about him, and it's kind of weird. It is very strange to be coming out with this stuff in the year 2025 after a child's dead body was discovered. Because if David is a predator and he was grooming this minor, why was this not like released earlier? If there are people who are saying, now this could mean this is not to say that these people lied, but it is a little disappointing for people to be saying stuff now when it's already too late. And yeah, here's a thread of evidence. I talked about the Discord messages, people like coming out there, photos seemingly of her. I don't know if she's been identified as the same person, like confirmed, because allegedly there are two Celestes. One of them is like 24, and then there's a Celeste who's dead. And yeah, there are photos, seemingly of them together. Um, and yeah, a lot of people on Twitter are posting like evidence. Yeah. Jesus. Um, Um, yeah, this is a rough threat. This is a rough threat to be looking at. I wish I had a co-host for this. Where's a co-host to look at the fucking depressing shit? Um, yeah, it's David might be a pedophile. He might be a pedophile. Now I'm here's the thing. Here's my thing. Twitter detective is the same genre as Instagram model, where it's like sandwich artist, sandwich chef, Subway chef. It's not like you're not really a detective. You're not really a model. You're not really a chef. You just work at Subway. You know, so I don't really want to get my pure opinions from Twitter. That being said, this is not great. People are saying that he was allegedly paying her friends off. Which fuck those friends, honestly. Um, and yeah, the people coming out and there's a lot of really really weird stuff because if you look at some of his music videos, it features a woman who looks a lot like how Celeste looked. Um, for what it's worth, though, like I said, there are there are two people named Celeste. Uh, and also, he allegedly there was a leak that he made a song for a person named Celeste. Um, it's just kind of a mess. It's a whole mess. Here's the worst. Here's the most damning thing, in my opinion. He released a song on Celeste's birthday. Now that could just be a coincidence. This is one of his David's most famous songs, and I didn't mention what it was called earlier, cause oh boy, um, it's called Romantic Homicide. Um, this motherfucker might have done this straight up. I mean, I'm gonna say might have, cause I don't want to say that he did. I think if the police arrest him, then they probably have the evidence. But if they don't arrest him, I think it's an L on the police. Regardless of if he did this, I'm not listening to this dude's music anymore. I just can't. It's also most or there's some rumors that he's just been deleting messages on his Discord server. Uh, so he's technically tampering with evidence. But I guess leaking evidence on the socials probably isn't going to be great because if you're gonna need a jury in order to trial this guy, if you're gonna need a jury, I think this being poured on the socials is definitely not gonna. I don't think they're gonna let this be used as evidence if it's going to be leaked to the public. Um, yeah, it's a fucking at its worst. This guy's a pedo. Actually, no. At its worst, this is the most disturbing coincidence of all time. Um, but I think that's pretty unlikely. What are the odds? What are the odds that that's the case? Because I don't think they're good odds. Um, but yeah, I think I've been listening to the music of a pedophile and murderer. Um, so yeah, I don't really know what to do with that. I did find an artist with similar musical style to him that also happens to be named David. His name is Amify, I think. Amify. Um, I've been listening to a little bit of music. It's not bad. Um, it feels kind of gross for me to say like, "Hey, fuck this guy. I have a replacement." Because like, if he is completely innocent of any crime, his career's over. Um, and there will always people who will say he did it. So he's already lost. You know, I'm not. I don't want to listen to this guy's music anymore. He can be super innocent, but I just can't. I can't do it no more. I need to find somebody new. Um, Leve's not like this, so there's that. Yeah, I feel like this. I kind of stuttered a lot through this segment. We're already at half an hour. What the fuck? Oh boy. Oh well. I guess we do have to edit out that bit. Edit this out too. Um. Uh. Yeah. One last thing I want to do. Sorry. Excuse me. One last thing I want to talk about. It's just my view count because it's not great. I think the first episode was botted because it got 44 views. That was surprising. But after that, it's been really tough. And I don't know. I think part of it. I think it's part of my self esteem where I should have just been more like forward with like asking people to be on this, but I just felt like I didn't have the clout, and I think because I don't talk about it because I don't think I have like I'm like not popular. It ends up suffering. Because I think if I was more passionate, or not even passionate, more brave with like talking about how I have this, and like, hey, it's a little ass, but like if you guys give it a chance, and if I feel like it's like going somewhere, I'm going to improve it. So I think for the future, if this podcast does continue for the next bit of my life, I think I need to work on that. And we're already at half an hour or over half an hour, so we're about here on time. Um, I think I want to talk more about the reality of being a content creator, an unknown content creator. Because if we look at the like percentages of like content creators, I'm in the like 99.99 of creators where like I don't really exist. But you know what? I think looking at social media like Facebook, Twitch, streaming, and seeing like that, like seeing your like lack of like views or like success or like things, and like rendering it to being a nobody. I think that might just be a negative like point of view to have because I don't really see myself as a nobody. I think I see myself as somebody who doesn't get views. Um, but I don't want that to like reflect on myself as a person because ultimately I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing pretty good for myself. So, uh, yeah, that is the haps. But we're gonna wrap up here now because we need to transfer the episode because I don't think I can upload it to my Google Drive because the Wi-Fi is not working. Or is the Wi-Fi working? Oh, well, I have fucking this open. Yeah, yeah, my Wi-Fi is working. Okay, we're doing all right then. Um, we're gonna end here. I feel like I could have done better at talking about the David situation, but it's an early morning. Um, and I think I'm starting to feel a little under the weather. So, uh, you know, I think you can excuse me if my delivery or opinions were a bit are a bit bad. Um, I don't know. For me personally, it's I don't know, because a lot of people are like looking at David fans and like being like, "Oh, David fans," blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, like I've looked up to this dude. Like, of course you're gonna want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Uh, and I want to give anybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, I want to assume that nobody has the capabilities of doing such a fucking awful crime. But it's really just doesn't matter, you know. Because people do this. Um, and I don't know. It's hard to really contend with that. For me, it's really hard to contend with that this happened. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want Twitter to be the judges here. I want the police to do that if they're as useful as they claim they are. But it's just a matter of if they are. I think if nothing comes of this, then I'll probably think he did it, you know? And if something comes of this, then I'll probably think he did it. But if something comes from this and they're like, "Hey, no, it was this dude named freaking Chris uh kill a person sin," um you know, then I'll be like, "Okay, yeah, he probably didn't do it because this guy did it and he confessed to it and he gave details." And the claim is that nobody knew who this person was. And the boyfriend named David comes forward and he says, "Yeah, my name's David Johnson." Uh, yeah, but I don't know, man. I, I, I why do people have to do this? Why do talented people have to do this? You know, like why did Jonathan Majors have to beat his wife? You know, why did freaking Adam Blampier have to freaking sext people? Why did Wolfie Raps have to cheat on his girlfriend with a minor? You know, why does this happen? Why was Marty Skrull a pedo? Why was David Starr a pedo? Why was really just those two? Of the speaking out movement, those are the only two where I was like, no, I liked you. Why did Anthony Ramos have to cheat on Jasmine? You know, why do celebrities gotta do this? Who knows, man? They do, they do it. I don't know why. You know, I don't want to become a celebrity because of that. I feel like surely it's with the like frequency of it being like celebrities who do these things. I don't know why I didn't end the podcast, but I guess I'm just gonna keep talking. I don't know what's the point of like. I feel like celebrities frequently like do shit, you know. Uh, and are they bad people or are they bad people who happen to get enabled? You know. I guess what I mean by that is like, do they get enabled first and then become like bad people, or are they bad people and they just happen to be enabled? I don't know. I guess the frequency of like of controversy in like the film and music, I feel like since it's like the more famous people when that it happens to, I feel like it can't be as common, even if it looks like it, because you're looking at the like the surface level of like actors, you know. But I don't know, man. I feel like I low key want to be like irrelevant famous, where it's like I get work and stuff, but like nobody really cares about me. But I have a decent following and I get jobs, but I don't know the concept of being around like famous people and celebrities who do terrible things. I'm just scared to think about doing that. And on that note, it's time to end the podcast because I should have done that already. I don't know what the future holds. I really don't. I'm a little scared, but I think we'll be all right. I think we're gonna be a-okay. But we'll see. We'll see what comes of me. Where I end up. If I'm here again next week. If I can finally make it back on the stage. My goal right now, because I just haven't been able to be in a play. I think my goal is to just try and be in a play. I guess right now when I'm not busy is like when I need, if now would be a good time to act as in not like act, but act as in like do something, but I think with like other what's the word, obligations that I want to take up, I don't know if it's possible, but we'll see. And now we're going to end the podcasts. And before I fucking keep talking, I'm just going to say it. If you made it this far, thank you. I'm sorry. You're welcome. Take care. And goodbye. See you guys later, whenever that is.